Today, I'm going to show you some hacks that you can do for your weekly calendar cover to make it maybe a little bit more useful for you, or maybe a little bit more aesthetic, or maybe just a little bit more. And we're going to do that right now. All right, so here I have the weekly calendar cover in Nightingale from the Mockingbird line. And this is a gorgeous piece, if I do say so myself. And I'm not even going to hide it. I'm totally biased. But here we go. So I know I'm just going to pull out mine. So this is mine that I use every day, and I'm forcing myself to use it because a very lovely woman sent me a banana. That's the color of it, the natural color of it. Weeks, and I'm not a yellow person, so I painted it. So I think yellow belongs in flowers, but not as the color of things. But anyway, so I watercolor painted it, and I really like the way it turned out. It makes me happy to see it, so we're good. So I've been forcing myself to use this, and let me show you some things that I've come up with that might help you enjoy your notebook a little bit more. Like I said, this is my 2019 Mega. Okay, this is the Mega. This isn't the normal weeks. The normal weeks fits in here just fine. Not an issue. But this is the one that I have. And like I said, I watercolored it, and I did kind of splotch on one side, and then I did flowers on the front. If you want to know how I did this, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to show you how I painted my Hobonichi weeks. Okay, so the very first hack that I have for you, if you want to keep cover on cover, because I did not design this to be used with this plastic vinyl cover. I designed it to be used without it, and I realized that there are many of you that prefer to have this protective cover on here. So the first hack I have is to take a pair of scissors and cut that very top off, and right here where that seam is, just cut it off. Even with the top of your book, you do not have to cut it off the bottom, and the book stays inside there, no problem. And then you can slide it in, fits just fine. And I literally just pulled this Nightingale off the shelf, so it's brand new. So slide it in, and there you have it. Now your weeks will fit right in there, cover on cover. You don't have to worry about getting your cover dirty. So that's number one. The second hack that I have is, let's say you're not ever going to use this. So I'm going to untie it. You're not ever going to use the elastic. The elastic just isn't for you. Totally fine, no problem. So let's just take it out. Okay, now you can use it like this, but you're going to have 4 holes that maybe you don't want. We're going to fix that right now. So the first thing that you can do is you can take a bead, and you can put beads here. I have one here and one here. Okay, and let me show you how to attach those. So I have a needle and thread, because these beads have kind of a small hole, which you can't even see on camera, but all you have to do is go in the hole, go through the bead, and then go through the other hole. And then on the inside, all you have to do is just tie it off. And then if you want to make sure, I have more things I want to show you, so I'm not going to do it, but I will tell you what to do so that it stays nice and tight and doesn't come undone. So you cut off the threads like that, and then you're going to take some glue. This is the glue that I happen to grab. I really like this glue. It works great. It's by Beacon, and it's Fabri-Tac. Then put a dot of glue there, wait 10 minutes, and you're good to go. And then you have a bead, and you can put one down here too if you want. So, and there are so many kinds of beads, guys. You can literally do anything, any kind of bead you want. You could hang a charm from it. So let's say I want to hang this charm from there. So what I need what I need is a piece of like string, or this is a piece of leather, and this is really easy. So all you have to do is the same thing with the string. So put it through, put your charm on, then stick it through again. And then rather than tying a knot, because you don't need to tie a knot, all you have to do is line it up where you want it to be. Take this piece over top of it, cut it, and then take this glue. You can even use hot glue if you want. And then put the glue here, glue it down, and then, you know, hold it until it's tacky enough to stay there on its own. And then, you know, wait 10 minutes and then you will have a charm. It will look like that. And this glue will definitely hold it for a very long time. It's permanent. You don't have to worry about it coming off. There's that there, and that's for the top. You can do the same thing for the bottom. And let me show you on mine. So I have this kind of charm hanging from the bottom of mine. And I used hemp cord to hold it on. And then I kind of did like a macrame stitch down the barrel here. I didn't want any loose ends, I guess. And then I just took the very loose end, I wrapped it around the bottom here, and then I glued it in place, and it's been hanging there ever since. Okay, so another thing that you can do if you don't have a pen loop, and I've seen a lot of people do this, but if you're new and you don't know, then may I introduce you to a pen holder. So I actually stick this onto the front cover, just like that. Fold it down, and then you can stick your pen right there. And then I always put the elastic around the pen because I feel like that just holds it a little bit more secure. So there you have it. So these brads are from Tim Holtz Ideology Countdown Brads, and I got them from Hobby Lobby. And I picked out the numbers 20 and the numbers 19. That's what I picked out. And so we can put 20 in the top, and brads are super easy, and a 19 in the bottom. And I think that's kind of cute. And then we can take one of these, which is also from Tim Holtz, and we can make a charm that hangs from the bottom. So I'm just going to take a piece of this. I got this from Michael's, I think, and it came in a kit with some, with these, I actually believe. It was for making bracelets and necklaces with. But I'm just going to make some charms real quick on here. So I want all of my knots on the inside so that the outside looks clean. And so I'm just going to leave this inside there. I'm going to add a charm there on the outside and another one there on the outside. And then I'm going to put this inside here. So these guys are going to hang out here. I like to put a little bit of sparkly things too. And if you've ever been in the bead section, the possibilities are endless. Let's add some more beads. Why not? Then put this on. Put that through the bead again. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue here and have that go up like that. And then I would cut this, and then I would add glue here and put that on top. And then you would have your charm. And the reason why I would use glue, I'm going to see how nice that looks. And the reason why I would use glue and not tie a knot is because I don't want the bulk from the knot. I'm just using stuff that I have had here in my office. And you can go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and go to town, find things that you really like, make it a theme, do pretty much anything that you want. It would be really cute, and I've seen a lot of charms that are just adorable, but that is something that you can do to dress up the outside and get rid of the holes. You can put buttons here, you can put beads, whatever you want. So I'm going to move on to the next thing. You can take ribbon and add some page markers, because for some reason this one, I think whoever had this before me, because this was actually used when I got it, totally fine. I do not mind that at all. I'm not complaining, but I think the person, is they ripped some pages out of here and they cut the page marker off, which I kind of like to have a page marker, so I could actually go in and glue a new ribbon in, and I will. But today I'm going to add page markers to here. And so I have this blue ribbon, and I just picked blue because blue's my all-time favorite color. I always cut my ribbons at an angle because then they don't fray as much. All right, so I want to have page markers that stick out the bottom quite a ways. So, and I want 2 of them. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit extra long. All right, and then I think I want to have a bead on here too. So I'm just going to fold it up kind of like this. And then I'm going to poke it through. And I'm going to add this little bead because I think that's pretty. And then I'm going to fold it up again. Poke it through. And I'm going to make sure that this isn't twisted, and it's not. So I like that. I think that's pretty. So that'll hang right there like that. Then I'm going to find the middle, and I'm just going to tie a simple knot. And I'm only going to tie it once because I'm actually going to undo all of this. But let me show you how it would work. You would want to tie it twice, or you could glue it, depending on if you want knots or not. All right, so the way I would use it is I would put one here, and then I would put one, you know, in the back where the notes are. And then I have my page markers like that. So when you have your book closed, you have your ribbons out the bottom. And then to keep this from really shredding and doing that, just put some glue on the end and it'll be fine. Or you can light it with a lighter or put some fingernail polish on it. Those are all bonus tips, guys. So, yeah, so that's how that works. And I'm going to undo it because there's more things that I want to do. And then for the bottom here, all you would do is you would take a little piece and you would just stick it through there and then glue it together here, just like I did with the leather. So then you would have blue here and blue here, and it would look really cute. And of course, you can use any color ribbon, any type of ribbon. Another thing that you can do, if you want to use a bunch of different ribbons, is you can take a bunch of different ribbons, feed them through the holes, and then tie them in knots on the outside, and then you would have a bunch of ribbons hanging from your thing here. Like you could have a ribbon for every family member if you wanted, and it could just remind you to think of them or pray for them or just send them some love, whatever it is that you want to do. So for this next tip, if you don't happen to have this plastic cover on cover, you didn't buy it when you bought your Hobonichi, or I don't know, you lost yours, it got broken, I don't know, you just don't happen to have one. What you can do is you can take a plastic page protector and cut it to size, and then, and I actually prefer the plastic page protector because it's not as bulky, but that's me. So you're going to cut it to size, and this is the full length of the page protector, the full like 11 and whatever inches that it is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to tape it inside. You can use washi tape, you can use scotch tape, you can use whatever kind of tape you want. Packing tape works too. All right, so you want to tape that down, wrap it around, get to the other side, and I always tape one side first because otherwise it will be very hard to wrap around. Okay, and you tape this one. So very practical, very easy to do, and it protects your cover so that your cover will last longer and stay prettier, not get dirty, and it fits in there much nicer that way. And that is actually the way that I prefer to have it. So there you go. So this is actually a prototype that I've had for a long time, and yeah, it's not a leather you can buy, so please don't ask for it because I don't have any of it. But yeah, so put it in here like that. Somebody's going to ask me what this is, so let me address that really quick. So this is from Hallmark, and it is a 2-year calendar, and that's all it is. And I want to see the pretty side, so I actually put it in upside down because I want to see the pretty side, and it doesn't bother me because it's sideways anyway. I have to turn my planner sideways to use it, so it doesn't bother me in the least that this is upside down in my notebook. I guess that's another tip. I hope you had fun watching all of those ideas. Some of them I've seen from others, and some of them I thought up on myself, and I honestly couldn't tell you which came from which. But that's one thing that I love about this community, is it's so full of a bunch of sharing people. I hope that you enjoyed it. Try some of them. Let me know how they go in the comments below. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day.